Hi everyone, it's me, Tommy, speech language pathologist and owner of Duncan Lake Speech Therapy. I had a totally different plan for this week, but a series of events have led me to kind of go in this direction. After my post last week on Thursday about the class that out in the Lakeshore is hosting, I got I don't know, 20 different people asked me questions about that class. So I thought I would take a moment and just kind of go through some of those questions and just let you all know. So the main question I was asked was, what is this class that you're doing? And the class is a gender-affirming voice modification class, which is geared toward trans folks who are on the transition journey and are seeking to change their voices to better match their identity. If we think about it, our voices, our communication style are very much an integral part of who we are. So if our voices and our communication style doesn't match up with our identity, that can be really upsetting. So this class is hoping to help people who are transitioning to modify their voices to be a little more representative of who they are. The other question I was asked was, well, how do you even do that? I didn't even know speech language pathologists do that. Well, I'm going to link to a blog post that I did earlier this year. Remember, speech language pathologists deal with basically anything from the neck up. So we do work on a number of different things that you might not think that we work on. I was actually telling one of my friends today, there are a lot of little areas like swallowing. A lot of people don't know that we work on swallowing, or trachs and vents. We also help with that, or NICU feeding, stuff like that. Gender-affirming voice modification is also within our scope of practice. So it is definitely something that we work on. And another question that kind of went along with that was, what do you just work on pitch? And yes, of course we work on pitch. That is a part of what we do, but also there's a lot that goes into voice and communication. Voice, I'm not going to go into the grad school lecture about this, but I might maybe just a little bit. Our voice is made up of a lot of different subsystems. So, the respiratory system and our larynx and our mouths and our nasal cavities, and all of that is a part of how we produce our voice. So all of that needs to be addressed. Another question that I received was, well, what's with the group model on this? Why are you doing a class? I thought you just did individual services, and I do. I do individual services for a variety of different things, but as anybody who's been on this page knows, something that I'm really passionate about is inclusivity, representation, and accessibility. And the more accessible I can make services for people, the better. Something that's not very accessible is gender-affirming voice modification services, just in general. So I was approached by some speech pathologists who were looking for a way to troubleshoot accessibility issues in West Michigan out on the Lakeshore, then got involved, and we sort of brainstormed this class to make the service more accessible. The last question that I got from a couple of people was, is this class going to be offered again? And my hope is yes. The class that is happening right now is very much a pioneering effort. There aren't a lot of models of this to go off of. This is a pretty new idea. So we are really being diligent about receiving feedback, accepting feedback, and hoping to modify it to be better and offer it again. But for now, we're just plugging along. It's going to be great. I'm really excited to be a part of it. I'm excited that the students are there. I'm excited that out in the Lakeshore has been so supportive. So yeah, if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask. You can put it in the comments. You can send me a message, whatever you want to do. But I'm happy that I got a lot of questions about it already, and I'm always happy to talk about it. So thank you and have a great week. Bye.